Hi guys, the weather is so nice today, so we are outside and I thought we would do a plant tour. I don't look very happy at the moment because it's still winter, but it's almost spring. These are my canna lilies, so hopefully, I don't know exactly how big they get, but it should like come up and create something nice to look at through the window. This guy over here was a throw together job that I built. I've drilled this thing, trellis thing, to this bad boy here, and I'm hoping that it can grow all the way up here and keep going. This is a fiscus. I had a Hoya here, but some little puppy dog ripped it out, but the roots in there seem to be good because it's popped up over here as well. So that should give me some nice flowers one day and grow upwards. And there was another one here, but again, I just left the roots in there because, you know, miracles can happen. This bad boy pumps out some beautiful fluffy flowers. I've forgotten the name of it, but it's like tripled in size, so I feel like it suits. Ignore this, this is dead. That doesn't exist. But we got some lilies here. I love the leaves and how they've got like the spots on them. I only saw that recently. I'm sure it's existed for ages, but I only just saw it recently and I love it, so I put that in there. And lilies tend to multiply, so it should just like spread a little bit. That was another reason why I put it in this corner, so that when it spreads, it kind of only has so far to go. Okay, moving along. Out here we have an orchid. So this is an outdoor orchid. I didn't know that outdoor orchids were a thing. I thought only indoor orchids, and they're so temperamental because you can only give them a tiny bit of water when like the sun is a certain amount over the earth, and you know, there's been 10 sacrifices and you get it. You can't really water orchids. You should just leave them alone. I'm just noticing how many dead plants are down here. Oh, we'll get to that in a sec. Stay on the lush side. I got a lot of dirt and stuff on the top here because I wasn't able to dig down too far to get it in. But I thought, you know, once it starts establishing its roots, it'll take off, and it has. I got this from Max's grandma, and when I pulled it out of the pot, the roots were so thick. I would definitely put the photo in because I was impressed at this root system and how much it had developed in this pot. Like, it must have been in this pot for years. Remember these guys? Did anyone else used to pop these in primary school? That's just like the biggest memory for me. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice one for the greater good. Ready? Oh, that's so satisfying. That was all I did in primary school. So this is like a white fuchsia. They're normally like purple and magenta. I'm so happy with this, and I'm so happy with how happy it is. Like, it's just sprouting out more and more and more. Obviously, this is a really hardy plant, so if you're going to want something to put in your yard, or I don't know how well they do in pots, but they're so strong that I can't imagine why they wouldn't do well in pots. If you want something that's just going to pump out flowers, my experience with this plant, it's great. I haven't even fertilized it. Like, I just stuck it in the ground and forgot about it. I left it in the rain. I let it do its own thing. And that's what we want from our plants. We want low maintenance. All right, speaking of low maintenance, on this side, we got dead plant. We got dead plant. We got dead plant. So, we can't win them all. Look. Another dead plant. I am at a loss at this area. As you can see, it's just all rocks and weeds. I don't know what to do with it because I don't know if there's something wrong with the soil. I've turned the soil, but something about this area, the amount of sun that it gets maybe. This side's great, but this side, it just doesn't want life. It doesn't choose life. And on this side, we've got a gladioli that's just loving life. Yep, beautiful flower. Oh, just winning. This is a fern that I killed. I don't know what I did. This is a red hot poker. It came with the house and I don't love it. I don't love it. Uh-oh, we have a casualty. Someone has taken a dive. We will put him back on the shelf. So I don't know what I was planning on doing with this. I bought it because it was like $5, I think, and it was really bright. So I was like, hell yeah, you coming home with me. And now he's just stayed here in the same pot, fallen over, clearly having a great time. This is my camellia. This is my second camellia because Lemmy ate the first one. Oh look, we got a bud. Ooh. It should end up looking like this. I wanted the reddy pinky ones that look like this, not the ones that had the yellow circle in the middle, but the ones that look like this that were red. And I had one, but then Lemmy ate it. Thanks, Lemmy. This thing kind of speaks for itself. It's still green, so I'm just leaving it alone. This was the original plant up here that's dying, but it sprouted. Oh, look at that. It sprouted a little bit more here. So again, I'm just leaving it. We got some, is it pansies or petunias? Pansies. They're bright yellow. We got some thyme here. I chucked this in a seed like a year ago and left it, and it smells beautiful. I love to just get a bit and like rub it on my fingers. This is the remainder of the string of hearts, but Lemmy ate it again. Thanks, Lem. Oh, all right, Amy. This was a combo pot again from Max's grandma. There was a succulent in there. I think it's called donkey tail, but that again, Lemmy got in here and ran amok. I don't know what the other two are going to turn into, so again, I'm just leaving it alone and seeing how it goes. Lemmy has eaten this thing 3 or 4 times and it just keeps coming back to life. I'm so proud of it. Down there. I fucking hate this thing. I hate it. Okay, to the other side now. This guy was meant to be a shade plant and he gets like purple flowers, I think. So I thought because, oh, those are new leaves, nice. I thought because I have so much little success along here with all my dead plants, I would try a shade plant and see how that goes. This is another shade plant. It's putting out some more little shoots, so that's good. Does this need to be censored? Which bird has decided it's toilet time in this beautiful plant? The lady that sold it to me at Bunnings was having a really bad day, and I got her to start talking about plants, and she appeared to be just like me, where as soon as she started talking about plants, she felt so much better, and she had like, we left that conversation with both of us smiling. Anyway, she said, if I'm gonna buy this, then I need to make sure that I've got a big area for it, because they can get so big that you could literally just sit in them. I hate this thing. I hate it so much. You can't spin the, well you can because I've cut it, but it's ugly. And it just falls apart, and I can't just take an axe to it because that would be too much work. Down here, we've got, just in here, 1, and behind here, 2, and this one's sprouted. Oh, nice! They are pineapple lily bulbs. So we'll get some pineapple lilies eventually from Mum. This guy, I hope that's meant to look like that because it kind of just looks like it's fallen over and like broken. Stay tuned. I'm sure it'll look great eventually. This is my daffodil patch. There was also, I think, a gladioli and some jonquils in there. So this was the biggest pain in the bum because obviously I've given it its own space and garden bed, but the weeds were coming up so much that I had to go buy the weed protector plastic stuff. And so I've dug up between where everything has been, yeah, I know it looks a bit broken. I've dug up between where everything was planted, laid down plastic between all of the bulbs, set skewers down for the ones that hadn't sprouted yet. Oh, it just feels so soft. Nice. I should leave it alone though. And then laid down more dirt over the top and then the mulch. So we are not dealing with weeds anymore. Everything looks kind of messed up and broken because Lemmy got in here, like I said before, that little asshole, and he ran amok and broke a heap of these stems. They also got damaged more when I was trying to like feed the plastic through all of the bits, but I figured they're daffodils, they're hardy, they'll survive and they'll flower next year. And I couldn't help myself but buy this little guy. Is he not just like the cutest ever? I got 2 of them because his little bum is broken, but you can't tell. I still love him. So we will get some flowers eventually. Here is another sprout that's coming up. Oh, he's so soft. But these are here to separate the plastic underneath so that it has space to come up. There are some more gladioli here. I'm pretty sure that's what they are. They are from Max's grandma again. And behind here, we've also got a little aloe who's, you know, he's getting on. In this corner, I've planted this guy who will grow into a tree that's about 2 meters tall. I think they actually get taller. I've seen them get taller. Look at these little purple flowers. Do they not just make your mental health pop? Oh, makes me so happy. I did put in some offcuts of spring onions. In fact, we might pull this one out because otherwise I'll forget about him. So you can just cut off the bulbs from the ones that you get at Woolies and stick them in the ground, and they will grow fresh spring onions. See, this one was really thin. It was already thin, so that was why I decided to leave him in the ground. Honestly, I forgot about him, so I'm just gonna pull him out now. In fact, here's another one. Let's pull him out. This little guy here has been eaten by caterpillars, but is trying so hard to come back to life. This is the original hydrangea. Lemmy ate him. God damn it, Lemmy. And he's just trying so hard to come back to life. So I planted some carrots from seeds and they grew. And I'm going to pull out the remainder of them, even though I don't know if they're ready. I pulled out a couple of weeks ago and they were orange, and I don't know what else to look for when I'm pulling out or plucking vegetables. This is my first time doing that. So let's go have a look and see how it turned out.
Kind of control you're attempting is it's not possible. Listen, if there's one thing the history of evolution has taught us, it's that life will not be contained. Life breaks free, it expands to new territories, and crashes through barriers painfully, maybe even dangerously, but well, there it is. I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
Okay, so obviously some of them turned out nicer than others. Like this monstrous lad, he was the king of the patch, obviously. Another second close one here. Some of these either weren't ready or didn't develop. I'm gonna say weren't ready, but I thought it was time to rip them all out anyway. And over here, this is what happens. See how it's curled around? This is what happens when you plant like a cluster of seeds and then don't separate your seedlings. They just want to hug. But yeah, that's cluster of seeds, that's cluster of seeds. See, that's not too bad because they're still pretty developed under there, even though they're tiny. But these are all separated seedlings. Okay, so I couldn't fit it all in one video, so we're going to have to do it in 2 videos. But stay tuned and I will upload the second part and we will see the rest of the plants soon.